so I think the thing that I would always remember most about Priya is probably her cooking. She was always fixing up something absolutely wonderful in the kitchen. Always a little bit experimental, but totally worked out fine in the end. I think I was going to pick the best Priya dish. It's probably going to have to be Lamb of God. Lamb of God, that was amazing. We're still talking about it now.
Priya was an excellent cook. I was always second to her skills in the house. I really looked up to her as a guide, and almost Nigella. I think she had the same looks and feel as Nigella, and could one day have her own cookbook. I hope she does. I really do. She really pushed us, and I think we were competitive in the kitchen, but I think it was a positive energy that she brought to the kitchen.
Not many people knew this, but Priya is magnificent on the bongo. She's actually a semi-professional jazz bongo player. She's done a few gigs in clubs. It's a talent of hers that she sort of hides.
Again, I guess I got competitive because as we were bongoing to ads, she's really, really good at it, and that can sometimes give you a little complex, but at the same time, she's so good at bongoing to Barclays Bank that it's like nobody else. It's like, Jay-Z, watch it. Someone's coming for you. And that gal is Priya on bongos, not a rap artist.
One thing I always remember about Priya is that she was always with that guy Neil, so they're really the classic comedy double act, inseparable. Quite a lot like Ant and Dec. You couldn't really, you couldn't tell them apart.
Yeah, Neil's a great partner for Priya. They really are two peas in a pod. Two peas in a pod. Neil's great. He's funny. He's charismatic. He grows a great moustache. He liked Made in Chelsea. What else? He sometimes brought us goods like wine and cheese, and he had that 20% off M&S, so we really miss him in Gurney House. I think he was, there was Priya, and then there was Priya plus Neil, which was 110%.
In many ways, when it came to maths, I guess Priya was really like the Carol Vorderman of like a much more exotic Carol Vorderman in Gurney House. She was always adding things up, mental arithmetic, sometimes using a calculator. Really, it was a lot of fun. Priya was very good when it came to crafternoons. I think she was a real creative force, but also very good with her hands. She was able to construct some really impressive feats of art and artistic expression on no budget, and quite often with improvised materials. I think that if I was in charge of commissioning the Turbine Hall Tate Modern Gallery, then I think I'd be really interested to say, Priya, here you go, here's your space, do what you can with it, because I think on a very small budget she would come up with the goods and find something that would turn the space into an environment that wasn't just culturally significant and enlightening, but also kind of fun, kind of sexy, kind of sassy, just a real hoot. So if you are out there, Mr. Tate, and you're watching this, then I think that really you should consider Priya to be the next female artist that you commission for that. I think of all of my, if I was going to say my top 5 women of colour, Beyonce, Tina Turner, Whoopi Goldberg, and Priya would definitely be at the top of that list. She'd be there, just above Oprah. I think that she's very powerful. I think she's a real strong female role model for other women of colour, especially on the Gurney estate. And I think the world needs more characters like this. So educated, fun, full of spirit, loves life, ambitious, mathematical, musical, culinary. Did I mention the bongos? So yeah, definitely not out of 5. She'd be number 1. So sorry, Beyonce.
Yeah, Priya really introduced me to the idea of a woman of colour, and she's definitely up there with one of the best women of colour out there. She's up with Mindy, and I really think she could take on and be Obama's First Lady, or someone similar, of high calibre, because she's an inspiration, and just really is a great role model for the youth of today. You should see her at Gurney House and the youth around Gurney House. They love her.